Wow, I cannot believe that we are 20 days in. Thanks to all for tuning in. We're going to wrap up this week's theme of change with a simpler model as we go into the weekend. It's really meant for those pivotal life moments, but I'd argue that it is also a really helpful framework to use for those simpler decisions that may seem really daunting at the time, but are really not so much so. The use of this framework in tandem with other mental models is a really helpful lens to use to understand what's really important to you, as well as in times helping you take a leap of faith. This framework is the reason why Amazon exists. It is called regret minimization. The regret minimization framework is a filter meant to be used in situations where you've been really struggling with an idea or a provoking thought that's been eating away at you, say potentially changing jobs or putting yourself out there and starting a series, or asking a potential partner out on a date. Using this framework, the question to ask yourself is, in X number of years, will I regret not doing this? This idea comes from Jeff Bezos, who at 30 years old was working for the perennial hedge fund D.E. Shaw, and the idea of starting an online bookstore was playing on his mind like an annoying menace. He wanted to be part of the internet. It got to the point where he started manifesting this idea to his colleagues. And finally, he eventually told his boss his intentions for leaving and starting this up. His boss said, think about this for 48 hours. Jeff went home, his wife was on board, but he had trouble finding a filter of which to run this decision through. So he decided to create his own. If in 80 years he wouldn't regret not doing this, he just wouldn't bother. If he realized that he would regret it, he would take the leap of faith.
Trying to participate in this thing called the internet that I thought was going to be a really big deal. I knew that if I failed, I wouldn't regret that. But I knew the one thing I might regret is not ever having tried. And I knew that that would haunt me every day. And so when I thought about it that way, it was an incredibly easy decision.
The answer was obviously yes. As a result, you can now purchase a dog dryer for $39.95 and have it shipped to your doorstep in 2 days. So this is simple enough. Here's why I love this idea. It displaces you from your current situation, external realities, the economy, past efforts that you've made that may have seemed for naught, and places you in a position where you are your future self, playing the game of, I wish I did this. But caution to the wise. Ensure that you're using this in tandem with other mental models. Making decisions solely with regret minimization could potentially lead to some future regrets. That being said, have fun thinking of yourself as 80 this weekend. Would love to know what changes you would make. Have a good one.